Good morning, students. Ready to go on lesson 105. The new problem that we have for lesson 105 are 7 through 12. 6 problems, so I'll be doing most of that today. A few of the others. We'll start off on number 3. Number 3 is Prince. He bought some replacement armor for 540 florins. We can consider florins as dollars, and it kind of simplifies this problem. Here we go then. Number 3, it says that he bought helmets, and he bought cuirasses, whatever cuirasses are, plus cuirasses. And if you read through that, I believe he bought 100 pieces. And the helmets were worth 4 florins, 4 on the H, and the cuirasses were 6. 6 cuirasses equals, and the total amount of florins or dollars was 540. To get something to do your distributed property with, we will change the positive C over to a negative C plus 100. In other words, take the C, put it on the other side, it became a negative C. So now we have H equals negative C plus 100. And I'll substitute here. Negative C plus 100 plus 6C equals 540. Distributed property is negative 4C plus 4 times 100 is 400 plus 6C equals 540. The negative 4C and a positive 6C looks like 2C. Take this 400, put it on the other side, and it's going to equal 140. Divide that by 2, the C equals 70. Then we go back up here, where the C equals 70, and the total of them equals 100. That means that the H, or the helmets, equal 30. What are they asking for? On number 3, they say, how many helmets did he buy? He bought 30 helmets. Now we're ready for the new things. Factor by grouping. Factor by grouping means we look at the 4 terms there. We have AC negative AD plus BC and negative BD. You'll get used to this, but if you look at those 4 terms, and that's just, it says factor by grouping. So in other words, we're going to group these 2 together. If we factored something out of these 2 terms here, we could factor out an A. Do you see that? And what's left is a C negative D. Is that clear to you? Then we go over to these 2 right here, and we can factor out a B, positive B, and we end up with C negative D. What's interesting is what you're factoring out here are 2 like terms. You see the C negative D and C negative D. So when you look at these as a group, you're trying to pick out things that will be the same form when you get through with them. Here we go. So now we have an A plus B. That's this plus this, and inside the parentheses a C negative D. What's interesting is if you would multiply these back times each other, you'd go back to the original terms. Okay, that was number 7. You'll get a little simpler as we go along. We begin to number 8. Again, I'll put the original up here. AB plus 4A plus 2b plus 8. Okay, let's just look at these two. What could we factor out of those two? We could factor out an a, is that right? So we factor out an a. What we have left is a b plus 4. Look on this side. What can we factor out? Let's see, the 2 and the 8. We can factor out a 2. It's 2. And we have a b plus 4. Again, left inside the parentheses. Does this look the same? B plus 4, B plus 4. That's what we're looking for. Now we do the A plus 2 and the B plus 4. And we can, again, if we would multiply this back times this, we would come out with the original term. That was number 8. Hopefully by this time you're getting a little the idea of this. We have 4 more to go. Number 9 is a b plus ac plus xb plus xc. All right, let's look at these two terms right here. What can we factor out? Hopefully you can quickly see we can factor out an a, and what we have left is a b plus c. When we factor out of here, we want to end up with the b plus c also. You're getting to catch the idea. So here we go, plus, what can we factor out? An x, and we have a b plus c left. This is the same, and this is the same. Now we go a plus x, and we have the b plus c. Multiply this back times each other, and we would come up with the original. Ah, yes, having fun here now. That was number 9. Number 10. They give us a little more complicated one, but still the same idea. 2mx negative 3m plus 2p cx negative 3pc. Now what can we factor out of this one? We can factor out an m only, is that right? M, and now we have a 2m negative 3. Alright, and out of this side we will factor I see a PC and a PC here. We can factor out PC, and what we have left is a 2x negative 3. Are these the same? Yes, they are. So we go m plus PC and 2m negative 3. Multiply these two back times each other, and we come out with the original. Number 10, number 11. 4k negative kxy plus 4pc negative pcxy. Okay, what do you see in here that we can factor out? I'm seeing a k. Factor out the k, and we're left with a 4 negative xy. And on this side, what can we factor out? We can factor out the PC, is that right? PC and a PC, so we got plus PC, and we end up with 4 negative xy. Ah, isn't that neat? The answer then is k plus PC with what's left inside the parentheses. And one more time, keep stressing this. If we multiply this back times this, we will end up with this original term. That was number 11. And number 12, one more time. AC negative AXY plus DC negative DXY. Look at this. What can we factor out? We can factor out an A, and we are left with a C negative XY. Plus, what can we factor out of this? I see a D only, a D, and we're ending up with C negative XY. These are the same, must be the same. A plus D, C negative XY. And multiply this times this, and we would end up with this. Now this lesson was a simplified version of what they're going to be giving us later. With these terms, we will have to begin to make decisions on how we can take the different terms and mix them around and come up with the same solution. Okay, then we're going to try number 13. Just picked out a few of those down through here. This is from yesterday's lesson. A over a B plus 1 over C equals D. That's the original. Our common denominator, of course, is a BC. And we've added a C to this, AC, plus added a B to this one, and this one we've added both of those, so it's a B, C, and a D. And it says, if you go back and look at your book, you'll see it says find the B. So I'll put the B up here. All right, and we can get rid of this denominator. Find the B. So what we want to do is factor the B out of this. To do that, we have to put all the B terms on one side of the equation. I'll rewrite it with that in. I got the AC. I'm going to move this positive B over to the other side, and that's going to be a negative B. I'm going to do it this way. First I'll put this B, C, D, and I'll put this now over on the other side. That becomes a negative B. Now you see we got the B's on the right, on one side of the equation. What I do next is factor the B out of it. B, I'll factor the B out, and I'm going to end up with C, D, negative what? 1. To get the idea, I factored the B's out of it. C, D, negative 1. Now we have AC, and we will, because this is multiplication, we're going to divide by, so it's going to be C, D, negative 1. I put this underneath as a denominator. Did you get that? So now we have B equals AC over CD negative 1. That was 13, and we will also do 14 yet. A over X negative 1 over C equals B over D. And this one is following the same solution. We are solving for B again. Right, begin here. Our common denominator is XCD, so we add to the A here, we add the C and the D. C and the D. Negative. This one we will add, we already have a C, so we'll add the X and the D. X and D equals, the B is here, we already got a D under it, so we'll add a B, X, C. All right, we're solving for B, and we look at this one. The only term that has a B in it is this one. He's already on one side. This ought to be easy enough. We're going to Factor the b out. Now that seems kind of complicated. We haven't done this before. But factor the b out, we actually are just doing it like this. The b is now factored out of it. How do we get rid of the xc? Remember, this is beside it, so this is like a multiplication. To get rid of it, we divide. So we're going to put that divided by this xc. Now we have gotten rid of the xc. You following what we've done? xc. Now b stands alone. We've solved for b. This is what b is. That's number 14. 15. 15 is the a bit different. Let's see here. This is 4 over x. Negative 2 over x negative 4 equals 0. I'm solving for b. Our common denominator is an x and an x negative 4. So what we've added to 4 is the x negative 4. Following that, let's see here, this is a 4, x negative 4, and negative this one, negative 2, we've added the x to it, equals 0. And if you want to do this to where you understand it, x negative 4, all of this is your common denominator. But if you divide all this by 0, if this was divided, in other words, we put this in the box and divide this by x negative 4 just to demonstrate this, that is going to equal 0. Anything divided by 0 is 0. Okay, distributive property, 4x negative 16 negative 2x equals 0. Put the two x's together, that is 2x. And we move the negative 16 to the other side, and it becomes a positive 16. Positive 16. Divide the 16 by 2. X equals 8. And finally, I just wanted to show you 21 B. You got A, B, and C, but A, B, and C. B says round 2 times pi to the nearest 100,000ths. You can just skip this one unless you have a calculator with the pi sign on it. Mine doesn't. Most of these simple ones don't. You can skip it. If you actually have this, go ahead and do it just for the practice of it. That concludes the lesson for today. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.